Yeah.
Well, I think it was very cynical of them to devise a bridge which was really one of their pet projects, to have it up and running, knowing that, one, we had been charged too much by ferry, two, that we were law-abiding, and three, that we were in effect prisoners in our own island if we didn't use the bridge.
You can get to any other part of Britain without having to cross a toll bridge. You're left with a choice whether you want to cross a toll bridge or not. In a lot of cases it's much cheaper for you to do that, but we don't have that choice.
They would never reveal what the tolls were, and it was only a few weeks before the actual bridge opened, after 4 years of preparation, that they announced tolls of that level, you know, of around £5 each way. And people were mortified at this.
I don't believe in paying the tolls, so we've got to stand up and be counted, I suppose.
How many people are currently not paying?
700. 700?
At least.
At least.
How long will it take for 700 people to go through the system?
2.5 years. And 2.5, was it 2.5 years and 1 million? Or was it?
2.2 million.
Yeah, 2.2 million someone estimated.
It's going to cost
them.
Good.
Really, the victims are the most experienced imperialists in the world, and this is an extra turn of the screw. And we just, there's a few of us just think, well, that's one move too far, you know. You blew it. If you'd asked for 50 pence, you could have 50 pence forever.
What act are we charged under?
1991 Road and Street Works Act.
And 92.
And 92 and 93.
I find that I am now more bloody minded about this than I was when I started. And when I started, I thought about, oh, well, all right, so I'm fine. But now, I wouldn't even accept anybody to pay my fine for me.
You're not obliged to say anything in answer to that charge, but anything you do say will be noted and may be used in evidence. Do you understand?
Yeah.
What was your occupation when you were working?
Local government officer, like you.
Did he do his own defence? Will we get community service instead of jail?
No.
Well, Robbie says he won't because it's an alternative to a prison sentence. They can't give you community service instead of a fine.
No. What they might do is they might be very sneaky and give us a suspended sentence, and then if we offend, then they'll put us into jail.
Straight away.
No, that's after you.
But that's a long way ahead.
That's after the
several offences.
That's after several, yes.
How many charges has everyone got? You've got charges.
The narrows sound pretty oppressive.
Laggie's got 16. Laggie's got 16 charges.
I've got 7. I've got 11.
I've got 7.
And Drew Miller's got 26.
I think the first time you go to court, I think it's better to get a lawyer.
A year from now I'll be an old age pensioner, and it's the first time in my life I've ever broken the law, and it took a wee bit of thinking about. I didn't do it very easily.
I don't like having a criminal record or facing the prospect of having a criminal record, but having said that, people in Skye know me. They know basically I'm an honest, hard-working person. They know I'm not a criminal.
I run a pest control company that clearly rats as a public health hazard of significant importance, and we're not willing as a company to surcharge our customers in Skye for to a level which we consider to be totally unreasonable.
Have you ever sort of committed any kind of offence before?
Never at all until the Skye Bridge. I've refused to pay in the Skye Bridge on a number of occasions prior to the day. But apart from that, no, there's no other charge ever been brought against me.
And I think the first thing that's on the agenda is January 27th, and that's when the brewery intends to do the transporting of the ale from Skye to Point South.
Extortion ale has a different taste. In fact, we've Red Coolin, our normal brew, is quite a malty beer, but we've deliberately set out to make Extortion ale much more bitter, because the way we look on it is that we feel quite bitter, so therefore we'll make our beer a little bit more bitter as well. We thought maybe the highwayman type of thing, since the Skye Bridge, as far as we're concerned, is a touch of highway robbery.
It's provisionally.
Excellent beer. People throughout the length and breadth of the country are not fully aware of what has happened to us here. So events like this obviously bring it to their attention.
We come all this way for this protest, haven't we, mate?
That's good.
No, it's better, beats Newbury down, hands down this.
They live a quiet life, a church life, a lot of people, and they would be horrified at some of the actions that we are doing, jumping up and down and protesting. And they thought, they knew this, they know this is a quiet island, quiet people, and they thought, well, try out this new thing here, and if we get away with it here, we have a precedent, we can do it somewhere else. They never ever expected the resentment and the anger and the protests that the people of Skye are giving them against this bridge.
I think we have to remember, the riots and the braes, and that in history, these people here are fierce when roused, quiet most of the time, but fierce when roused.